Yes.
For the Record Podcast, we in this thing. Visit a Rockstar DJ.
Rockstar DJ Hugh Holler.
Rockstar DJ K Player.
D Money.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it because I got my whole name out. However I can get my name out, I'm good.
I'm not even mad at it.
On the last one, I don't even know if y'all noticed. I edited his ass to make him say his name later.
Did you?
So you can clearly hear my shit.
I could have sworn I gave you space last week.
You sure did not.
Oh, well.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What was y'all weeks looking like?
Shit, my shit was all good, man. Chilled out, regular shit. You know what I mean? Usual. Did the radio, fucking hung out with the fam. Yeah. You know what I mean? Made a few moves. La-di-da-di-da. Shit. Happy Memorial Day weekend, y'all.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
For me, pretty much the same. I had a cousin that graduated high school, so I hit the graduation on Friday.
Nice.
Hell yeah. My cousin Destiny, congratulations. Family came out here for that, so you know where they wanted to go. So
Was it 30 of y'all again?
it was about 20 of us. Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
Bad Tuesdays.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So we hit that spot, we chilled. My uncle had a barbecue, some good food. What was that? Yesterday did hella gigs.
Okay.
Hella tired.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we all hella tired today.
Yeah.
But I mean, normal Memorial Day weekend activities.
Solid, actually long week. I've been working a couple extra shifts.
Yeah, you have.
Working doubles over there on the air. So that's been good. Appreciate everybody that's been holding it down with that. Classic Jewel, Ladies Night was nice. Didn't do Saturday, but got events tonight and tomorrow. So it was a good Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend is like probably second tier to New Year's Eve
so?
for DJs.
I don't know. I think Halloween's a close second to New Year's, if you ask me.
I mean, there's a ton of holidays in there, so.
Yeah.
You got Labor Day, you got
But like
Cinco de Mayo.
But like it's
Yeah.
Memorial
But
Day is
Memorial-
like it's been cold and this like the first like real good 3-day weekend.
Yeah, Memorial Day got to be up there because it's like the official start to the summer.
Yeah.
And you're like, motherfuckers been waiting.
Oh, yeah. And it's like a 4-day payday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so-
Exactly.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
So it was good.
I mean, but he was right about Halloween, though, because Vegas celebrates Halloween whatever weekend
Yes.
before up until Halloween. And then
Full week.
for whatever
Nah, you-
reason, it always ends. Halloween is always like somewhere within the week.
Right.
Right.
That shit like
you
starts
get-
on
You
Wednesday.
get, you get Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
And the
then
super crazy
whatever
part-
days it leads into an
Is-
actual Halloween.
Yeah.
All the
So
way
if
up
it's on a
until Wednesday.
It's the
Right,
people
right.
that's
Monday,
like
Tuesday.
the people that's had like literally 4 or 5 different costumes.
Word.
Like,
Nah, yeah.
damn, yo, you wildin'.
No, I did read before that. I mean, I would assume that New Year's Eve, the actual day, is probably the most revenue generated because table prices is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I've heard that as far as the amount of people in attendance, Halloween actually beats out New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So
And just for the record, this year Halloween falls on a damn Wednesday.
Oh, hello.
So we will be
from
having
that Thursday.
Starting the week before.
we will be having
it's gonna
6
be lit.
days.
Yeah, 6 days of Halloween.
parties.
Get your costumes ready now. Gotta see some more slutty lawyers again.
My Memorial Day weekend was lit. I'm over here dead tired. Honestly, shout out to the. Look, my brain is fried right now. I had a graduation party. That
Yeah.
thing was lit. That was a nice little payday. Then went over to the Hard Rock for Hard Rock Live for Davies. That thing was cool.
Nice.
Woke up, went and did the day party. Daytox, super lit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ridiculously lit. Shout out to my Warriors for pushing that Game 7.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. Got to watch that. Went over to Trap Karaoke and was glued to my chair. Just DJing from one of them sitting positions.
Yeah, you were. That's funny.
That actually, I actually hate sitting down.
I hate
You
sitting
know
down
what?
too. I
I-
couldn't stand no
I
more.
can't do it. Because I
like,
lean like for whatever reason, like especially if I'm on turntables, whatever side I'm DJing on, I tend to lean to that side. So I'm like using up the whole damn booth when I DJ. So I definitely need a fucking chair with some wheels on it or something. I need easy access.
so you can just roll
Side.
side.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Shout out to Clash of Jewel. That's family. D Money does his Fridays. I do
Yes, sir.
Saturdays. So it's all love over there, but they definitely got lazy Mizzy last night. 'Cause
Oh man.
I wasn't even DJing. I was hitting stop and play.
Oh wow.
This song done? Okay. Play
dozing
this
off.
one. Who want to sing? Here you go.
Right. Right.
You got to come closer to this mic.
I ain't coming over there. Come
I'm
over
not
here.
coming over there.
Come over
You
here.
come
I'm
get
over
it.
here.
I'm over here.
I was, my legs was blown out. I was definitely on flat tires last night.
I mean, cause how many hours was that, yo?
Man, that's a 13, 14 hour day, man.
I mean, but that's days at a time, though. It wasn't like you just did it that one long day. You had a day before, too.
Oh yeah,
so.
exactly. The
That
day
shit adds
before,
up.
and then you got to remember I do this every week.
Yeah.
So I just did this last week. You know what I mean? So I already know Saturdays I got that 13-hour day. But like you said, doing it the night before, yeah, my legs was like, bruh. Enough.
You do get DJ fatigue on like these big weekends like this.
Hell yeah.
Then you got to remember, like, it's a weekend where everybody's doing something. So this is 2 days of full equipment setup as well.
Yeah,
So
Right.
my body was definitely
Right.
like, bruh, I
Yeah,
can't take
that's
no
labor.
more. You lifting and moving and you doing too much, bruh.
Shit. You seen where my equipment is.
All over the garage.
I just had to get it out. I just had to get it out the whip. I'll figure the rest out later. I ain't got time for this
Crazy.
shit.
Like, I feel you because I didn't even work Saturday, but I let the homie use my stuff. So I was like, dang, like I gotta bust this down. It's the worst, bro. But
So
good overall.
How's the Davies joint, though, man?
Your Davies joint was not good. I mean, it was cool.
You could tell by the way he was like, that was cool.
Yeah.
It was
All
cool.
right, we'll go.
was decent.
It was-
Glide past that.
Man, I don't want to
Power
bash. I
glide.
don't want to bash nobody, so I'm just leaving it.
Let's keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
You know, what I'm saying? I don't like to burn bridges. So I mean, it was what it was.
That's right. It's good.
From the people who did go, they had a good time and they got to see him, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, there's a lot going on this weekend, so it's a
Absolutely.
competitive weekend to be trying to
Definitely
jump into the market.
Super competitive.
Super competitive.
So like some of these promoters, some of y'all should probably take like Memorial Day weekend off.
Absolutely.
Right.
Or
Yeah, you
y'all
gotta be
should-
established.
Or y'all should listen more. If you trying to do your own thing on Memorial Day weekend is not going. You should probably listen to somebody who does this every
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save you money at this point. Like, hey.
Yeah, some people be wild. Like that's not gonna. You might as well just wait or just not do nothing at all.
Yeah, just do it on the off weekend
It's,
instead
it's
of.
gonna be better than what you
Especially
trying to
gonna
put
save
out
you
right
some,
there.
especially doing something with artists. You
Yeah.
gonna save you some
Yeah.
money too, because I know me, I'm a DJ, and my prices go all the way up.
Yes.
So I can only imagine artists is doubling they take.
Yeah.
Probably almost triple. Like, hey, look, if Uber can do it, what's wrong with us?
Yeah, everybody
You know what I'm
doing
saying?
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's going around the board. But we also got a pleasant surprise going into this. Well, it's not really a surprise. It's kind of already known. But going into Memorial Day weekend, Pusha-T dropped his album,
Hey.
Daytona.
Pusha T, man.
Yeah.
Better than I thought it was gonna be, and I
know
thought
what?
it was gonna be good.
Before we start getting into
Okay.
it, so you can elaborate on that. It was good. But that shit was only 7 fucking songs.
Yeah, I think all of them are 7. I think they said that though. Well, Kanye tweeted.
I missed that tweet. Then,
He
'cause I
said
was-
because
I
he said
was-
his was gonna be 7 songs, Pusha's, and I think the him
the
and
joint.
Cudi joined the 7 songs also.
Okay, all right. Well, continue. But yeah, I was mad at the 7 songs. Great album.
I think it makes the album better because
Yeah.
it's just like
Yes, that makes sense.
before you like, all right, Pusha, how many times can you say can you rhyme Pyrex? The album's done. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, we sat here and we talked about it. You know what I'm saying? And I expected them to come with it, but they came with it.
Yeah,
so
for
like,
sure.
shout out to Pusha. I don't want to say critically acclaimed, but really, really good job. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I almost want to say he slept on, but I think it's just he's so raw.
He's a different type of artist.
Yeah, he's so raw. It's only
Like,
so many
he's-
people that can take him. You know
like
what I'm
he's
saying?
like underrated, but not underrated.
Yeah.
Like, if that makes sense.
No, I get it.
Like, he's underrated in the fact of, like, when you talk about good rappers who put out good albums, like, you kind of gotta. Somebody has to bring Pusha T name up, and it's like, oh yeah, Pusha T. He's not like
and people like
everyone in
rock
top
it.
tier
Yeah,
where you
right,
automatically.
right.
But then
He's not just on people's minds already.
But then when you
until
bring him up,
brought
it's like, oh yeah, you gotta put Pusha T
Yeah,
in
right.
it. So it's kind of like underrated at first until you bring him up. Like, nah, you gotta
Yeah.
give him his credit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's what I mean by underrated, but not really underrated, because he's like one of them names you can forget until somebody mentions them, and then it's like, oh yeah, Pusha T, absolutely.
Yeah, and then it's like, yo, for real, he there.
And then I mean, his fan base isn't the strongest, but they do come out as well. It's like a back and forth. Like, it's like I never know how to explain Pusha T.
You know what I would say? I would say his fan base is like, that's just what they expect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they expect dopeness. So they don't get too crazy about it or like go overboard with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like he just dope, and when he come with it, he just gonna come with it. You can pretty much know he's reliable, dependable. You know what I'm saying? What he gonna put out, you know what you gonna get.
Hey, shout out to Kanye for an amazing verse on the album.
Man,
You know, we've had our Kanye conversations, and I mean, that's the Kanye I want who was on that album, and I hope that it continues in the projects that are coming out moving forward.
they
but,
coming with it, bro. Like
I mean,
he
this
not
is a great start.
he not playing. Like
I mean, this is a great start.
The whole camp is like honed in.
As long as Kanye is not on that Trump-ish, whatever. I don't know. It seemed like ever since he
Kind
did
of
the-
still was though on his verse though. You know,
Lightweight.
he's still talking about wearing that MAGA hat on his verse. He was like, yeah, in
Lightweight.
case I get pulled over, I throw on my MAGA hat.
I mean, but that was
I
clever.
lightweight
Yeah,
thought
that was
about it
clever.
like, yo, that's
That was
actually
clever.
not a bad idea. I might keep one in my glove box. They asked for my license and registration. I was like, what about now? We good? We good? All right, I'm out.
Straight. Keep America great again.
Nah, he's pretty dope.
Oh god.
But nah,
I mean, it was a great Kanye verse. I mean, you know, like I said, I mean, I haven't been Kanye's biggest fan as of recently. So I mean, but like I said, I'm never gonna deny what Kanye has done beforehand, and that just makes me feel like that Kanye versus whoever this guy is been for the last few years.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
so,
doing
I mean, I was
good
just
thing.
happy to hear that. I'm still not fucking with Kanye, but the verse was, the verse was dope.
And you know what? That's respectable because
Yeah.
I've been getting that a lot. Like,
I mean, as a person, no, but the verse is like I was, you know, like we had that talk. Like I'm not sure what's gonna come out of this album that he's dropping because of his mind
Yeah.
state, and if this is any indication of what is coming on the forthcoming albums, then I'm excited. I mean, that's how I
KP?
feel.
All right, here we go. Put your
I
seatbelts on.
wasn't really. It was, yeah, I mean, unpopular opinion. I know, but nah, I didn't really like it. But I like, and I don't know. Well, I like Push's verses on it, but I did not fuck with the production personally. Oh, that shit just sounds so uninspired to me. And some of them shits, I just found myself listening to it, and the production was distracting me from what Push was saying. So I had to go back and like have to tune out the beat so I could really vibe with what he was saying. Then once I tuned that shit out, I'm like, damn, he rapping his ass off, but this shit
Yeah.
is terrible.
See, I think part of that though is because you're a producer yourself, so you're going to be more critical of other producers when you're listening to it. You know, because I didn't hear anything wrong with it personally.
no, I mean,
I
not
feel
really.
like
I
every-
don't
I
think
feel
I'm,
like it, like, fit
I'm
his
that
voice.
dope of a producer to be critiquing other people.
Yeah,
It was just, I don't know. I don't know.
I feel with you because it threw me off at first too, the production, and that was one of my critiques coming into this. But after, I mean, obviously it's 7 songs, so I've listened
gave
quite
it
a
a
few
couple of
times.
listens.
I listened to it quite a few times. I actually would change my opinion about the production because the first go around, like I feel how KP felt.
Yeah.
Like it was throwing me off at first, but then like going back to it, like I said, once I got to listen to actual what Pusha T was saying and the sentiments and whatever, all the points he was getting across, along with the production being different, that was what changed my mind about it. Like once I was able to understand what he was saying, and then once I noticed how different and from what is out now, what we listen to, what's vibing, what people are putting out, like I respected how different the production was. I mean, did I feel like it combated? Like it was like a back and forth with him in the verses? Absolutely. It was very like a fight.
Yeah,
some
like,
tracks
so-
was like a fight, like they were fighting on the track.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when I say like I felt it was uninspired, I mean because he's on the album, so I'll compare it to Rick Ross. Like Rick Ross is the type of artist where he kind of paints pictures a little bit with what he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
Push is definitely one of them artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's well enough with words to where he's painting a picture of what he's talking about. But the difference between like what makes Rick Ross so dope is he picks the production that goes along with whatever story he's saying. Like the fucking beats he
feel
picks,
you.
they like fucking movie scores.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got strings and like all types of shit going on.
So it's
Like
basically like that scene in the movie when the music comes on.
yeah,
As the movie's going, I feel what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
like and
yeah.
like this production, it was just like it's just the a different beat, like different in terms of not what we used to hearing,
exactly.
but it don't inspire what Push is talking about.
Word?
You know what I'm saying? No, it didn't at all to me.
Man.
Like it wasn't like none of them beats were like movies. Like Rick Ross beats be fucking movies by themselves.
Yo, I really feel like the lyrics really, the whole thing worked together. Like I don't really like Pusha T lyrics. You could put an acapella on and they just gonna go hard on its own. But I just feel like the beats, like they really just set the whole thing to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? That's my take.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel you.
So let's get to the bullshit.
Oh,
hello.
Track number 7.
Yeah.
This shit completely went over my head.
You know what?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm literally not gonna lie to y'all.
Mine too.
So Friday, like I said, I got the album. I'm riding to my van, listen to it. I got back in the car after the event. On the way to the next event, I listened to it. I'm like, yo. So, so anybody who knows the Strip, Hard Rock Cafe is right next to Fat Burger.
Yeah.
So we went, sat down at Fat Burger, and then they're like, "Yo, you heard that Drake diss? What the hell are you talking about?" So number one, the Drake thing completely missed me.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
number one. The Drake thing completely missed me.
Word.
Then I was like, "Yeah, you know they beefing. Pusha T and Kanye and Drake is beefing." Like, when the hell this happened?
Yeah.
It's like you just
Apparently
dropped.
they've been beefing for a long time.
Yeah,
now.
Well,
Apparently,
yeah, but
yeah.
yeah.
But
So-
this is new stuff. And he was like, yeah, you know, you heard how you was going at him on the album. I'm like, wait, what? When did he go at him on the album? I just listened
Right.
to this.
Yeah,
I just
word.
listened to this
Tell
thing 3 times.
I was at the crib, bobbing my head, and then I heard Quentin Miller. and
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think if you missed that part, the whole shit leading up to it would have went over your head because it was kind of vague
Yeah.
until he mentioned
So
Quentin
he
Miller.
said Quentin
And if you
Miller.
heard Quentin, you like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
mean,
see what time it is.
I caught
Yeah.
that, but I think I was so into listening to what he was saying that I kind of missed everything else. Like, I knew it was a shot, but, like, after they told me about the Drake thing, and then obviously after I went and listened to the Drake track,
Yeah.
then I went back and was like, damn, this whole song, he was really like, throwing shots.
Right.
Him, Wayne, Birdman. He was
Oh, I mean,
going
it's called infrared.
Yeah.
He putting that beam on motherfuckers for sure.
Yeah.
And then as I said, then I looked at the track title. I'm like, how did I miss this? Like,
and it's just nasty, yo. Like he really assassin with that pen, but his competitor,
yeah,
ain't
Aubrey.
Aubrey asked for his card.
Hey,
bruh.
Aubrey ain't nobody to fuck with.
No.
I'm really starting
No.
to believe this. I'm really starting to believe that Aubrey ain't nobody.
You be
to
like the
fuck
first
with. Like,
dude. All right, maybe he got lucky. You know, why didn't Meek say something in back to back? But like after a while, you like, yo,
I mean, but he don't tuck his tail. I
No,
mean, he went
he-
after Common.
he
You
asked.
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, it's- damn, fam, all right.
Yeah, he asked.
I see you.
He asked for Pusha T's card. He was like, "Yo, you hard? You a rapper? Where your card at? Cause I'm calling it right now."
yeah, I mean, I don't know what Pusha got stashed away, but that Drake definitely killed off Infrared. Like,
Yeah.
that freestyle was ridiculous. Like, oh my god.
I mean, they really right. They
And-
really right there, like punch for punch. Like
what made me respect it even more is it wasn't like a track like Back to Back, because
Mm-hmm.
Back to Back was meant to be like hard
A
as
nail in a
in-
coffin.
Yeah, but it was also he made it a damn club record.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm completely murdering you, like to where you won't hear this whether you want to
you
hear it or not.
Right.
You
This
gonna
was
hear
just-
it forever.
This Duppy freestyle was just like, all right, look, I'm gonna respond to all this shit and I'm gonna do it lyrically.
Yeah.
Cause this is not a track that no DJ is gonna play like that. I mean, you got to be a super Drake fan to do it's
Right.
not that type of track. So this was, I'm just gonna dish you on your. I'm gonna come to your playing field.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm coming to your house. I'm playing on your court.
That's really what he did.
What's up?
Mhm. Yeah, like I'm here.
And the shit that made it dope is he was rapping like it was a conversation. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, you kind of felt like it was him talking to him personally, but you overheard what he was saying.
And then a lot of people really went in on the side, like before he even got started. He was just like, "Why do I keep got it doing this?" And then just like assassinate, like on some
Yeah, and then the thing-
Kill Bill type.
And then the thing that was dope is you gotta love the respect level, and even like Drake. Drake is petty. He's a petty dude who keeps it classy at the same time.
Yeah,
So the shots that he took, you could tell that he listened to the album.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had enough
yeah.
respect to listen to your album and give you that.
I think
that,
that's
that
probably.
run.
I think that's why Drake be eating cats up though, because he actually does his homework. He don't just like
Right.
diss a dude's shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I mean he like actually comes with like some real facts, some like
Yeah.
real shit that he can get on you about. So if somebody
Yeah.
does their research, they could figure out what exactly he's talking about. It's like,
Absolutely,
yo, he's
'cause-
really getting at cats, man.
Because when he hit him with that top 5, you
Yeah.
ain't even top
Top
5 on your own label. I was like,
Yes.
oh my God.
Or
I threw
even
my hands up. I was like, oh, Jesus.
or even a reference when he was talking about the ring and the girl, and that's actually his wife or his girlfriend that he proposed to and got a ring on his finger by the chick. Like, yo, like dude really went in. So I'm excited for a Pusha response.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah,
I guarantee.
I'm excited for it. The game needs it. You know, well, I don't say the game needs it, but
No, the game needs it.
The game definitely needs
Yeah,
it.
the game needs it. Fucking game too friendly.
I'm here for it.
It's not even that the game too friendly. It's we got a bunch of these bullshit rappers beefing that ain't nothing.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Like,
that's
they
it.
ain't excited about the record. They ain't really spitting nothing when they are dissing each
Yeah.
other. It's stupid as hell. Like, man.
Yeah, it's dope to see two high caliber MCs go at it, so we
Exactly.
can actually hear some
Absolutely.
real
And
bars
then
being spit.
You know why I feel like Drake gonna come out on top is because Quentin Miller is not on that camp no more, and that was his quote unquote ghostwriter.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
well, he can find
did
another
he
one.
I mean, definitely, but
did he have to do Quentin Miller like that? I feel like Quentin Miller.
Yeah, like he innocent
I mean,
bystander.
hey,
Like I would feel some
But-
type of way.
I would feel some type of way, but that's on Pusha, not on Drake. Like, bro, you brought that man's name into this conversation. He kept it real with
Yeah,
him.
but
like
he
that.
was kind
I
of
ain't
giving
tryna-
him love. He was like, yeah, but Quint the one who really wrote the shit.
Yeah.
But here comes Drake, like he was eating out of
Bagging
dumpsters.
groceries.
Yeah.
Hey, fair game. You brought his name up. Like, man, I was just trying to help that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to take credit for everything. Okay. Did you write this, though?
Yeah, did you sing my hooks?
I mean, but he did write some dope Drake
He
verses.
did.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. I mean, but-
don't fucking put the man business out there in the
Yeah.
street like that. He helped you out.
I mean, but that's the whole thing. What he said it wasn't news to anybody, because even Quentin Miller has had a conversation about it. Like, man, I was at the grocery store doing this, and this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Drake came and got me and gave me a salary. You know what I'm saying? So this is
But
not.
that's more like a big up than like a diss.
Yeah. So when I found you, you was bagging groceries, boy. It sounds a lot different when you say it. though.
Exactly. But like I said, I mean, that's on Pusha T, man. You brought that man's name into the conversation, so I'm just going ahead and murk off all these
That's some
rumors.
childish Gambino. This is America. Just shoot the whole choir.
All right.
Hey, fair
Right.
game. Hey, just how they do in court. If you want to bring something into court, you got to get that witness to say the name.
Yeah,
Cool, fair
yeah.
game. You said the
Soon as-
name.
Soon as your
cool.
name pop over, they just go in.
Absolutely.
Tear the witness down.
I mean, I feel
bro.
like Drake is already on the winning end, because I feel like he had. I mean, and you know, the person who always. I mean, this is why everybody was mad at Meek Mill, because the person who shoots shots first, you always have like, it's like you kind of like at the base of the mountain. Like, they have the upper hand because you already said what you had to say. I got time to write this.
Yeah, they could
and make
dissect
it-
what you. Yeah,
and make it a killer. So that's why everybody was always killing Meek Mill. Like, bro, you took all that time for some whack ass shit. Like, so
Yeah.
I mean, right now Drake already has the upper hand, and I mean, it sounds like he got more shots in the chamber than, because he coming after the whole team. Like,
But I mean, you figure,
Yeah.
like they said,
Yeah,
it's
he
been
is.
going
he said,
on.
I pop style for 30 hours.
Yeah. Like, you figure it's been going on for a minute though, and then the diss is like more to Kanye than it is to Pusha. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I feel like it was evenly weighted.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Evenly weighted.
Yeah.
Weighted. Said you older than the nigga you running behind.
Yeah, like,
yes.
I stopped it, like, you know, I pressed play. I'm
I
like,
didn't
all right.
stop.
I stopped it after the first 2 bars, and I had to. All right. Let me get my head right, because this is about to be a problem right here.
I ran that joint like 5-6 times. I'm like, yo, let me just get this all the way right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm waiting for the response. You know what I'm saying? Before I'm like, all right, here's the whole round. I'm waiting for the response. So let's see where this goes to next.
Absolutely. So if you had to
Yeah, let us know what y'all think about it.
if you had to judge it right now, who you giving it to?
I'm
Who has the upper hand right
I'm
now?
10-9 Drake in that round.
I got to give it up to Drake, man. Drake is a rapper eater, man. Like, he'll eat any rapper out there right now who's coming for him.
Yeah, I mean, well, might be a unanimous decision.
I'm 10-9.
I mean, you think about this, because even if Pusha comes back with another verse, I'm sure Drake has something ready for him. Whatever he's going to come back with, he's going to have to make a few changes to his shit that he got ready right now, but he's going to be coming for him.
I'm going to see, because Pusha, he asked for your card. He pulled your card.
Yeah, but you don't show your hand like on the first round.
He want
true.
He want to see if you really with it. If you really with it, like how you put yourself out there to be, you gonna come with it. If not, hey man, just Drake slaughtered another one. You know what I'm saying? Another slaughtered cow. But right now, 10-9 Drake. It's close. But he got the slight upper head.
Don't let him drop a radio hit on you, man.
Yeah.
It's a wrap after that.
Now,
I'll
let
saying
him
that
make
shit
you
for
a club
years.
banger.
Like I said, be happy that he named this a freestyle
Yeah.
and put it over a soft beat for you.
Then
But I
it
mean,
was-
this is kind of
yeah,
like what he
that
did
just
to Meek
lets you
Mill at
know.
first when he dropped Charged Up. Like,
But
man,
this is
yeah.
way
So-
hard. This is way
Oh no,
harder.
it's way
than
harder than
Charged
Charged Up.
Up.
But I'm saying, Charged Up
Charged
was
Up
like,
was some bullshit.
Charged Up was like it was like throwing a rock in a pond. Like, man, I make some waves real quick, but that back to back gonna come.
Yeah.
So
gonna
I'm
break
just
the
saying,
water.
To back yet.
You know, if we follow Drake's trends, is all I'm saying. Yes, this Duppy Freestyle was way better than Charged Up, but he may have that club banger, diss track
But you
ready
know
to
what?
go. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Charged Up might have been like a smack. Like, all right, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
You wanna take your temperature.
Then when he didn't do nothing, he was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing?" Bam! Now I'm gonna hit you with this back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like, really knock you out.
Yeah.
So, it was good. It was a crazy week. Definitely came out left field to me though, cause I was super really on that pusher, and then like,
shots fired.
what is this?
Well, as soon as I saw Rick Ross on the album, before I even listened to it, I'm like, oh, it's definitely gonna be at least some Birdman shots on here. It has to. But it's still, even thinking that, the whole Drake shit went over my head.
And that track with Pusha and Birdman though is nasty.
Yeah.
Hey man, Rick Ross is underrated.
The boss.
Nah, Ross is dope. And his
Nah,
production,
Ross
he
is
got
dope.
the best. I feel like he got the best ear for production.
Absolutely. Hey, his albums are flawless.
Man.
Always.
Like, the vibe is so crazy on his albums.
Always. And we got to talk about, I mean, when it comes to Ross, like, for someone who had such a no-no in their background and be able to shrug that off like it was nothing.
Hey,
he really
After
pushed.
you lied about it, too. You gotta remember the man lied about it,
Yes.
too.
That is I
Super.
completely forgot about that shit.
No, I didn't.
Exactly.
Super
Nah,
trying to
that
play
shit
that
pushed
shit off
right
like it
through
was
that.
some bullshit.
First of all, you
this is
talking about-
false.
Lies. How to explain this?
Yeah. This picture of me.
Nah,
and
for a while he
officer
didn't even
you-
say nothing. But he just kept dropping dope ass music. Like, he tried to
Yeah,
avoid it
that's
for a
what it
long ass
is.
time, and he was dropping single after single after single. And it was like, yeah, man, whatever. Shit, play his fuck up. But I know these songs is banging though.
You should have been like, man, I was one of them COs like in Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
Like,
And you know what? That's what I always assumed. Like they was like, yeah, man, he used to be a CO. Yeah, them motherfuckers is dirty too.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
can imagine.
some of the jankies.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm saying. Y'all not gonna. I guarantee y'all gonna give it up to the dirty cop that was helping y'all move weight. Like,
Right.
that nigga's good in my book.
Talking about he know Noriega. Shit, if he a CO, he probably do. Pushing packs for his ass. That make it even more believable.
He do owe him 100 favors.
Right. Right. Man, let him get out the cell
Yeah,
whenever he
he
wanted.
wanted to. You know, he was in there chilling.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, but yeah, I mean, Rick Ross is amazing to me. I mean, and then he never disappoints. And then you gotta talk about those artists who I feel like, you know, he's like on one of those like Biggie caliber artists or Tupac caliber artists. And what I mean by that is to be able to do mainstream records and still keep the hood happy, super happy.
Yeah.
And even
yeah.
that was even at first, because he used to do super hood records, but now it's even not even now, but like for the last 6 years to be able to step into that hip hop realm. Because I mean, he always had, I don't know if y'all remember how it was back in the days, he always had lyrics or whatever, but you know, that would kind of get outshadowed by the drug and the hood
Right,
talk or
right,
whatever.
right.
Like you never
Yeah.
really noticed a nigga's lyrical aspect.
Yeah,
It's
like that.
if
He
you
is
talking
really
about-
rapping.
Yeah, you talking about moving weight and whatever, and you got a hard ass beat behind. So it's like, all right, cool.
The
Like,
hood
you're like a
always-
dope rapper. You know, literally like
Right.
a dope rapper.
The
You know what I'm
hood
saying?
always like a hood motivator though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But for him to transform now into this super lyricist, like you respect him on the hip hop level, like especially like I said, when now his production and his storytelling, like it's not always on those. He's still gonna give you those hood records, but he also has those straight hip hop records, the storytelling records that make you think. So I mean, that's why I put him in the category where, like I said, like the Biggies and Tupacs, because he can do the mainstream, he could do the hood records, he could do the the hip hop records, he could tell stories. Like he has so many different versions of him that keeps the masses.
Yes, he does. A whole bunch of different versions. There's the correction officer version too.
Yes, I'll be definitely shout out to Ross. He did his thing on the album. Who else was on the album? Kanye, Ross.
That was about it.
Shit, that's it, I think.
He had 2 features.
We was talking earlier too, man. I got to get to a lot of music. Notable mention to Playboy Cardi, man.
Okay.
His album was dope on that turn up stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know. And then I got to get shout him out because he from New York. You know what I mean? So.
You gotta do it.
New York on that turn up
Oh,
stuff.
for real?
Yes, absolutely. absolutely. I mean, like I said, it was a bunch of albums that I missed. I started listening to that Ski, what the hell is that?
Ski Mask.
Some
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, he put out an album. I'm trying to get through that now, so I'm working on that.
I heard a couple on it. It was cool.
Filthy just dropped the album. Shout out to the homie.
Man,
Filthy Rich.
Filthy
We
been
got
going
Hey, I'm still
in.
knocking the last Filthy album.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The last
Filthy
album
been
was
going
dope.
in.
And I still
bro.
I play Make a Living regularly too. But yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah, I heard. So far, I just heard because they released the single first, the joint with him and T Grizzly.
Yeah.
You know what T
Yeah.
Grizzly do? So I mean, that's a dope ass record to me.
Right, right.
But I'm gonna get around to this album. Shout out to LMA EP. I finally came across that, but I've been on her, so I done
Yeah.
heard all these songs months ago.
Right,
You say,
right.
Would you say she got probably like the biggest record of the year so far?
Absolutely.
Yo, and where did that shit? That's an old ass song for it to
It
be
is.
popping the way it is all of a sudden.
is,
And I don't I mean, I guess it's the people behind the record that are fucking doing an excellent job pushing it. But goddamn, that shit just started blowing up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did. Like I said, I mean, LMA. We had this conversation. What was it, like 3 weeks ago?
Something
We was
like
in
that.
the
Yeah.
kitchen talking.
Oh yeah,
And I still
yeah.
forgot that goddamn microwave. Ah.
Hell yeah.
I seen it today too. It's like I gotta remember to bring this. This is my bad.
For the people that don't
nothing
know.
to do.
For the people that don't know, like
I blew my
we-
microwave up.
Not only did he blow his microwave up, but like for the most part, we be having like 2 or 3 podcasts in one podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
before the podcast.
we be
we
talking
did
Before
that.
and
about
after the
like,
podcast.
a whole podcast worth of stuff before we even start recording. So yeah, that topic did come up.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, LMA. I've been on her for a minute. Actually, found her through her.
Yeah.
And then I had no idea that she was on tour with Kehlani. At one point, she was opening up. But
No, I didn't know that actually.
yeah, when Kehlani came out here, she was one of her openers.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So that exactly. So she been moving, doing her thing. But like I was saying, I've been on her for a minute because I came across 2 of her songs, but it never. You know how I never. It's not that it didn't stick, but you don't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
So they would come across my Pandora, and I'd be like, "Oh, dope song, I love it, whatever." It'll come back. It was 2 songs that kept doing that. I mean, Boot Up May had been one of them, and then my girl hit me with Naked. It was like, "Oh, this song is amazing."
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
and then I was like, "Yo, that's the chick who keep popping across my Pandora." Like, so I actually went and made a radio station for her, and she has like 3 EPs, and I literally like her is dope. But some songs are you know how you have the like I call them like album cuts.
She kind of got like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
weekend mystery
Yeah.
vibe trying to go on.
LMA does not have one bad song. I have not heard
No,
one
yeah,
bad
yeah.
LMA song.
I would
like
agree.
I have all her songs are immaculate. Like,
Yeah, her shit is dope.
Like her voice is just like it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And put over the tracks and the production too. Shit is nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Mustard, man. I feel like
Yeah.
That's a smart move, bro.
absolutely.
This is like,
But I really feel like she's helping him on because the Cali wave has died down tremendously.
Yeah, definitely.
And it kind of shows another side to him because it still has that Cali vibe, but since it's R&B.
wouldn't say all that.
Well, I
The
mean,
shit
I'm talking about like.
I mean, it's still
worldwide,
popping. Yeah, yeah,
nationwide.
exactly.
It's not the dominant. Like the California sound was dominant for a minute.
I would say like these little cats are still rocking with it because you could even go to like the YBN the Mirror dude. Like that's
Yeah, I mean,
that's
I'm not
more
saying
like a
that-
California sound.
Yeah, I'm not
but-
saying they don't have
and
records,
he ain't
though.
even from
Right,
California.
I'm talking about dominating though. Like obviously,
Yeah,
the
like it
trap
was
sound
it was a
dominating.
while. Fucking, you would hear Mustard 1 out of 3 songs on the radio,
Absolutely, if not.
and
2
then
out
you
of
would
3.
hear some fucking League of Stars song in between there, probably.
Yeah, but I'm talking about.
I mean,
like,
it should die. It's still popping, but it
yeah,
died
it's still
down
popping.
comparatively
Or you still
speaking.
gonna have your records that still go that have the Cali vibe and the Cali sound with Mustard on it or whoever else on it. So I'm not saying it's gone like Cali don't got it no more, but I'm saying like it took the second seed behind trap music.
Yeah,
when it was in
yeah.
the number 1 seed at one point for a
I don't know,
while.
I
You know what I'm saying?
I say these little fools is out here ganging now. Like
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
running with that gang sound.
Absolutely, but what I'm saying for Mustard is
Well, yeah,
is
even
bringing him
that's
back to
Cali,
the-
but that is a different sound too.
Yeah.
yeah. This is kind of bringing him into the R&B.
I guess we
realm
getting like
'cause-
hella technical.
Yeah, super technical. This is bringing him into the R&B realm.
Yeah.
I mean, because he did do Rihanna's. What was it, Needed Me? Or
Needed me. He didn't need
Yeah.
me.
He did Needed Me. So he been doing it, but like this is kind of pushing him back to the forefront again. Like I can do this other type of,
Yeah.
these records. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
right.
don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
If you want a banger, I can still knock
Yeah,
you out
yeah,
a banger.
yeah.
Like it is.
I got you.
You don't have to come to me if you just want a West Coast record.
For
Like
real, exactly.
I can do whatever. I'm gonna get you a banger one way or another. So I mean, but yeah, I mean, she's an amazing artist, and that song, I mean, definitely right now is. I could be in the hardest trap set and completely kill the music and drop boot up,
And it's gonna
everybody
set the
gonna
club
go
off.
crazy.
Yeah. Like you could drop it at main hours and like it's like one of the biggest records you're gonna drop that night.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. The shit is big, and it just like got quietly big.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was bubbling, and fucking
Yeah, you know,
boom.
what's,
Bam,
you know
yeah.
what's crazy? Like, it's funny because her was getting a lot more credibility and notoriety for her mystery, whatever. She started to blow up, and I feel like LMA kind of just came and was like, because you remember, I don't know if y'all remember, like her had just got focused on the radio.
Yeah.
The focus started to take off, and she just came and like kind of like piggybacked off of her. Was like, cool, you own it.
Jumping right
It's
over
a-
you
It's a go.
with this voice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because Focus was moving for a second. I remember literally, like, I heard Focus, because like I said, I've been on her for a minute as well. Like, shout out to everybody who enjoys, like, I don't know. I call R&B, that's like, outside of the rappers who still do hip-hop. So we talking about, like, the Rosses, Meek Mill's album was great. I call R&B as always, like, the definition of real music to me. Maybe because I grew up on R&B. Like, whenever I want to get back to real music, when all other bullshit is going on, I automatically throw on some R&B, and I'm like,
I mean,
yes.
R&B is in
Yes.
the literal sense of the word is more musical.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so yeah.
So, I mean, I've been on that, so shout out to I know a lot of people on her or whatever. When I heard Focus on the radio, I was like, oh, okay, her about to get some mainstream push.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Boot Up came right behind it like a week later and took off. Like, it was like a track meet where you see that where that person start to run out of gas and that
yeah.
person who was in 10th place to start blowing past everybody.
Hell yeah.
That slow takeoff, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, definitely a dope record. Everybody who knows about LMA knows that record is old, so I'm actually excited for
Yeah, I think it's
what
dope.
she's working
yeah,
on
yeah,
because all those records that are taking off now have been out for a while. You know what I mean? I mean, even with her record with Ty Dolla $ign, I mean, you can go on YouTube and they got full out videos that's been up for months. On
Right,
these songs.
right,
Yeah,
right.
Like, I mean, like I said, she's definitely been putting in work. Like I said, I didn't even know that she toured with Kehlani. So, I mean, I'm still finding out more and more about her as we go along. But, I mean, yeah, definitely shout out her EP and my joint. Shout out to J. Cole's artist, Kaz.
Yeah.
He has a great hip-hop album. I feel like he's underrated, but I feel like because he doesn't have that, he doesn't have the wow factor, and he doesn't have like
Yeah.
a memorable voice.
Right,
Like, he
right.
sounds like any dude that raps, like basically. Like, I mean, it's no disrespect because he's an amazing artist. His album is dope as hell. I mean, he has some great features on there, great content, great production. That album is dope. It's like 17 songs long too.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but it's a dope album. You know, I never really got a chance to listen to Kaz. I don't know if y'all familiar with him.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard that album.
I heard of Cos, but I haven't heard this latest
Yeah.
project.
I mean, but that was my thing though. I heard of Kaz. I heard like a song, but I had never like looked into him.
Yeah,
So when
exactly.
the album was in the email, I'm like, cool. Like I'll listen to it, and I mean, it's a dope album. I just feel like he'll probably be like one of them underground artists who puts
Yeah.
out dope stuff, but he doesn't. I don't feel like he has the it factor to be like to break through that barrier to mainstream. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
But definitely, like I said, I mean, if you like hip hop, I mean, it's definitely worth taking a listen to. It's definitely worth going out and getting. It's dope as hell to me.
Yeah, gotta check that shit out.
I think
Yo,
that's all I had as far as music wise this week.
What about that Ace Hood though?
I still ain't listened to the Ace.
still
And you know
got it.
what's funny? Like I was listening to somebody else having the same conversation that you were having as far as him being so underrated.
Yeah.
Actually, it was on Twitter. It was somebody. It was Crooked Eye was talking to somebody. Or he's asking people what they listen to, and somebody said Ace Hood.
Y'all still ain't listen to that yet?
I still ain't listened to it,
Is
but
he?
that reminded
Yeah.
me because he was like, "Damn, Ace Hood is underrated. Why don't people fuck with?"
That's
Like
what
this
I'm
is what Crooked
saying.
Eye was asking.
It's like nobody even talks about it. Like, you know, we just kind of
Is
glossed
he
over
even
for whatever
still
reason.
signed?
Nah, I think he independent.
Nah,
That's
yeah,
what I heard.
He went independent, but he asked for it though, because I watched his
Yeah,
last.
yeah.
I watched his interview at the Breakfast Club because he's like on this super healthy thing, so he like
Yeah.
he
Right.
like ripped up right now, but he like literally like he don't eat meat, stuff, all that type of stuff. He's in that category now, like. But he was on. Oh no, that's what it was. He was like on the cover of like Men's Health or something like that, one of
Okay.
those magazines. So he was up there, but he was just telling them like, man, you know, I felt the way towards Khaled. You know what I'm saying? He's like, that's still my brother or whatever, but I asked him to get out the contract because. You know,
So he wasn't doing nothing.
yeah, basically, like he was like, man, you know, I
Just
felt
saying
like I
on him.
gave you. We made all these big records together, but you don't ask me to be on these type of records with these people.
He ain't
Oh,
on
yeah,
none of the
yeah.
Khaled anthems.
Yeah. So I mean,
Man, he not.
Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, what, like one of the early ones, like before Khaled was the Khaled he is now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But he ain't.
I had to
Yeah.
think about that. He's dope.
yeah. But he was like, nah, he's like, I still love him or whatever. He was like, but you know, I just feel like he wasn't doing for me like he was doing for himself. He's like, especially he had to, you know, I was there from the ground up with him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you could at least put me on these records with these.
Yeah, hell
With these
yeah.
people that you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
that you have the
Strategically
connections to
place
now.
him.
Yeah,
Was
yeah,
he on I'm So Hood? I feel like that's the only anthem he was on. Or maybe the
into
remix.
it.
We do have computers.
Yes.
So
But no, I mean, he's he right though. Khaled don't be putting him on none of them fucking big
real.
ass records.
Yeah, I mean, so he's definitely independent right now. Like Khaled let him out of his contract, so I mean that's the way to go right now too. I mean, I feel like Ace Hood is one of them people, like you said. I mean, he does have people who check for him, and he does make dope music. So
yeah.
He's
Out
probably
here
got his
grinding
own.
is
He's
the
got
one
his
he's on.
own following that is not mainstream though. You know?
Right.
So he could probably still sell out shows and everything, but at the same time, people just not really talking about his art. You know,
but I'm
and
saying it's probably better for him to go independent anyway, because he'll get all that money.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Basically, he
I
probably
mean, he could do it on a smaller scale and still
Right.
make more money.
True.
right
Just
exactly.
because he got a dedicated fan base. He just go to wherever his people is, fucking sell out the shows,
People
sell out
just
the
fuck
merch.
with him. He got to stay regional, and he stay regional. Shit, fuck
right.
it.
There's nothing wrong with the Tech 9 approach, okay?
Right. Hey,
Right.
speaking of Tech 9 too, Tech 9 just dropped a new song and that shit is fire. It got Snow the Product on there, then it's a dude sing. I want to say the dude name is Finesse. But that shit is fire. That's my oh wait.
One of your sleepers?
Navi. I don't know how to say this person's name. I'm gonna mess it up. But anyway, it's Tech 9, Snow the Product, somebody else. Name of the song is How I'm Feeling. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That shit is fire. And it's the thing that set it off to me is the dude I don't even know how to pronounce his name. But like the chorus on it, that shit is hard. As soon as the chorus came in, I was like, oh, this shit is fire. Then everything else was dope, but the chorus set it off. So I've been on that all week, and then we'll talk about Anderson .Paak last week about how I fucking play his one song. He actually dropped a new song called
Okay.
Bubbling, which is pretty dope too.
I thought it was
I
cool.
think we talked
I thought
about that
Bubbling
one.
was cool.
I fucks with it.
The YG, YG just dropped a track right before the weekend.
Fire.
Yeah.
Yo, I still ain't heard it. Where the fuck is that at? Like, but you know what? I
It's
think
just super turned up.
I caught wind of it before it dropped because I think somebody was at an event.
Yeah.
So I started looking for it and it wasn't nowhere yet. And then after that, I didn't look for it again.
it's out now. It's him, 2 Chainz, Nicki
Yeah, Nicki.
Minaj, and Big Sean.
Big Bank.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
yeah,
know Big Sean was
Bang.
on it.
Yeah,
Bang,
Big Sean
Yeah.
on it too. So
Actually, we was talking off, our pre-podcast. We were talking about, so I like literally like, man, sometimes
that shit is
yeah.
reckless.
Sometimes as DJs we get lazy, especially when you come. I mean, there's so much music. I mean, like literally, we've been talking what for like 20, 30 minutes now
About music.
About music. So like literally, I mean, and this is just within this week. You know what I'm saying? The music does drop. Albums just came out within like the last month. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I actually downloaded this track. Like I spent a day downloading or whatever and moving stuff around. But when you do that, you kind of like stuff gets bumped down.
Yeah.
So what was on the top of my list was obviously, we talked about it last week, Lil Baby, Yes Indeed with Drake, and then
Yeah.
Pusha T's album dropped. So I mean, those two kind of threw me off because the Lil Baby is the club killer right now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to hear that. So it's funny because I'm like, whatever. So I forgot about the song that I had downloaded it, and somebody came up and was like, you got that new YG? And the light bulb went off in my head. I was like, absolutely. I'm about to throw that on right now.
Hell yeah.
You gotta love those good requests, man.
Hell yeah. Like you right on time, fam.
Yeah.
Because I had completely forgot about it.
It's him, and then it's this artist from down south, Yellow Beezy. I think he from Texas.
I downloaded it, but I haven't listened to it yet.
Yo, the streets is really bubbling with that dude. I'm actually kind of upset I'm a little late on it, but what's the track? It's called That's On Me. Like the track is super hot. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Yellow Beezy. So that's probably the latest thing that I done jumped on. Was that, and then the new YG, and then plus what everybody else been talking about.
Absolutely.
Trap and design. What about that? We didn't really touch on that ASAP Rocky though. Anybody? Get
Oh
attention
yeah,
to that?
I
I
ain't
haven't
listened
listened
to
to it, but I haven't
so
heard
much music.
I haven't
this
heard
last week.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
really heard any good reviews about the latest.
Neither,
A$AP
but I
Rocky.
mean, I've been trying to give it a shot. So far I probably made it through like the first 3 or 4.
Okay.
I mean, it's typical ASAP Rocky, what you would expect from him. I mean, it's got a cool, like, kind of like unique sound to it. He got like a different style himself. So I mean, to me, it's typical ASAP Rocky shit. But I've only heard like the first few songs. So it's gonna take a while to get into it. You know what I mean? Because he's not really my personal type of artist.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot, but like you said, like the streets aren't really talking about it. I think
I've
part
heard a
of
few
that is
people
just
talk
because
about it,
it's,
but it wasn't like,
Yeah.
yo, this ASAP slapping.
No.
hey man, there's already honestly,
not
I've
what I
already
heard,
seen memes going around about his album, talking about like with all this like Pusha-T shit and Drake music coming out. Drake did release a single today too, by the
he
way,
did.
if y'all caught that.
And it actually pretty go. It go.
Yeah, it's called like
I'm
sad
upset.
or
I'm
upset, yeah, some
It's
shit
called
like
I'm
that.
Upset.
Yeah. So I'm already seeing memes talking about like, with all this music coming out, people totally forgot about ASAP Rocky's album. It lasted about 8 hours in the streets, and he's moved on from that shit. So
Because he didn't. I mean, did he do any promo for it? Like, I don't think
that
I
I
knew
know
that he
of.
was dropping an album until the album was damn near here.
yeah,
Like, I mean, he been quote unquote working on the album for a long ass time, but I feel like people gave it up. Like, all right, Rocky, you've been working on an album for 2 years now.
yeah.
I feel like Ferg kind of like really.
Hey, Ferg, that dude in the streets.
And the whole ASAP.
Rocky, where
mob,
Ferg at,
like,
man? You got Ferg on the album or what?
Get you a Ferg feature, man. Get your shit pushed.
Yeah, get you a Ferg feature. hey,
Yeah,
Rocky,
maybe.
get your weight up, man. Get you that Ferg feature.
Hey, but I'm looking at
Y'all ain't crew? Y'all ain't crew? Ferg didn't want to do the album?
he just Ferg now.
right, yeah.
The artist formerly known as ASAP Ferg.
I'm looking at the track listing for. He got a few features on there. I might check him out. He got French Montana. I see some T.I. Kodak Black on there. So it's probably one of them joints I might just skip around and see if it could.
Free
get
the
my,
Wait,
Project,
he really
baby.
don't got Ferg on there?
nah, I don't see Ferg on here. at
Ferg
all.
ain't even know. Oh, he's
He got
salty.
Frank Ocean.
He's salty.
Yeah.
He like, fuck that. I don't want Ferg on my
He
shit.
did, man.
I'm supposed to be me.
Yeah.
Y'all supposed to be on a new level with me.
Right.
Nah.
No, I gotta check it out though. I
Ferg
fuck
was
with
like, that's
Yeah.
what you get. That's what you get for doing G-Eazy's record.
There you go.
hell yeah. Hey man,
Same damn record.
He
You
eating
get
off
on
that
mine?
Eating
I got
that whole shit is fishy. That whole shit is fishy. Like, hey, somebody set somebody up.
Always strive and prosper.
You know, they
Hell
were.
yeah. Well, see, we know it. They got some beef going on.
You heard it here first.
right.
I blame it.
Allegedly.
I blame it on the one ASAP member who caught the rape charge or whatever the hell he was doing.
Oh hell
for the whole
yeah.
group.
Yeah,
A$AP
they was on
rape.
stage
We gotta-
fighting each other.
We got to distance ourselves. We all need to go to our respective corners and.
What's his name? ASAP Rape?
Yeah, rape ASAP.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that shit was all bad.
Allegedly, yeah, allegedly. Even though it's on.
Oh, yeah, it's on video. Yeah.
Did they say it's social security number?
That's so bad.
You say he fucking pulled R. Kelly. Nah, that shit wasn't me,
Nah,
dog.
wasn't me, fam.
It's my brother.
But I can see you.
That's you, the popcorn, right?
Ridiculous.
right.
No,
Nope, not me.
it's my brother.
All right, what
Nah,
else
but yeah, it was a lot of new music this week. I got to get caught. I definitely got to listen to this Rocky joint. I got to listen to the Ace Hood still.
All you need is that push. yo, all you need is that push.
I heard Push twice, man.
Right.
I'm on to something new already.
Man, I listened to it when I was on the way over here. Damn, I got through the whole album.
Hell yeah.
It's that push. That's all you need to hear, son.
Yeah.
It's funny. I be listening to albums whenever I'm like in the shower too, man. That's one of my favorite times to listen to music. So
Thank you.
I'm listening.
knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to you don't have to go with the visual on this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can just take my word for it.
Thank you for that.
He with the low cut in the shower with the shower cap on.
Where that come from? This
Nah,
ain't
point
this ain't
being-
even a cup episode. We don't even got cups today.
Point being, you just put the music on and just let it play, right? So I got my kids running around the house, whatever. So, the infrared come on, and I'm like, okay, I'm digging it, whatever. Then the music cut off. I'm like, damn, who the fuck is playing with my phone? Not realizing that was like the last album. The last song of the whole album. You know what I mean?
Say, just got
I
in
thought
the
somebody
shower.
just cut my shit off.
Just cut the water off.
You know what I mean? The water just got hot.
Right.
That's it. You ever been blaming the kids?
Hell yeah.
20 out of grab my goddamn phone.
Playing with my damn phone now.
Hell yeah. Wait, what's next? Is Tiana? Tiana's next for them, right?
Tiana Taylor is no, she's last. I think next up is Kanye's and Cuddy's.
That's like the 7th, June 7th, I
Yeah.
think is the date.
Yeah, one of them is the 7th, and then one is like 3 days later or something like that. So I think like the 7th and the 9th or something like that. And then Tiana Taylor's, I believe, is at the end of the month.
When is the Nas?
See, I thought, well, yeah.
That's
I don't know. I
gonna
thought
really
Tiana was
be
coming
the
first. I
one.
got it all
I
messed
don't
up.
think they dropped the release date for the.
The Nas, but like even Pusha's interview, like they talking about the Nas, like that's gonna be the
I hope it don't sound like this Pusha album. I know that.
man, whatever.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Man, I just hope Nas is dope because Nas Nas albums never really connect with me. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah.
I love Nas as an artist.
I fuck with
And
Stillmatic.
I like and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like the albums are trash in my opinion. No, not at all. It just doesn't flow well to me. Like I always come out with like 3 or 4 tracks from the album that I really like, but I can't vibe with the whole album
whole
all the
shit.
way through. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I can see that. He got a few fillers on his albums.
I don't know, bro. That It Was Written changed my life.
I mean, I think it was also for me being from New York, raised in New York, and you got Illmatic, Stillmatic. You know what I'm saying? Like those albums were classic, and then everything that came after it was just kind of like, to me, it was just
I mean, I respect your
like I said,
opinion,
it
but
always had dope tracks on the albums, but as far as like from start to finish, like those albums was like, nah.
because
you
it
didn't
was
really-
written like you had Street Dreams, and then
Definitely not
I
taking away
gave
from the
you
tracks on
I
it.
gave
Yeah,
you power.
absolutely.
Where you know what I'm saying, and then
Keep
the
going.
track where he had where he was a gun.
Yeah, keep
you know what
going.
I'm saying?
That's like 3 so far. Keep
Yeah,
going.
that shit was dope.
I mean, like
I had mixed emotions about Street Dreams.
like shit was crazy. That whole album.
I mean, like I said, I'm not saying it was bad. It was cool, but it didn't flow. It wasn't like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I have high expectations for Nas, whatever.
Which you should.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just me.
Come on, man. What you want now? Dang.
Hey, that took me back to Freaky Friday. Leave me hell alone.
Ma, I'm just playing. Don't beat me.
Yep.
You ain't gonna be punking me when I'm 40.
Hey, shout out to Chris Brown and Lil Dicky.
Track still rocking. Really thought we was
You
gonna
Holla
be done
came in
with
here
that
singing
song.
Freaky Friday.
Hell
And it's been
yeah.
on my mind ever since.
Really thought we was gonna be done with that song.
Hey,
so
I
many
kind
weeks ago.
of think Dickie underrated, man.
Dicky is definitely underrated, but I
Because
think
he be barring motherfuckers
Yeah,
down.
he spit.
Like, god damn.
I think it's because of his image and how
Yeah,
he
like the way he
portrays
comes
himself.
off.
Like,
Yeah, I would
people
agree
don't-
with that.
people
They don't take him serious.
serious.
Yeah,
I think he
take
kind
him
of like
serious.
a newer age, not as polarizing Eminem.
Nah.
He like Asher
I
Roth.
wouldn't say Eminem.
I would compare him to Asher Roth, where he like a typical white guy. Like Eminem was like, yo, I grew up around black dudes. Like he kind of fit in with black people. Like I feel like Asher Roth was dope when he wasn't around that long, but Asher Roth had bars too. But he's like a regular white dude, looked like a regular white dude, fucking long hair, dressed like a white dude.
Yeah, but I feel like
He could just rap
fucked
his
with-
ass off.
He fucked with black people.
No,
too.
I mean he fucked with black people, but he didn't have a black image, so to say. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay, I can see what
he
you're saying.
he looked like a regular white college kid.
I mean, it's definitely. I mean, that rings true because Asher Roth's story is actually very, very, very dope. Actually, because actually, me, back when I was on radio.
Yeah, long time
Look for that comeback next
long
week sometime.
time ago.
I watch a lot of interviews or whatever. So actually, the dude that manages him, I forget his name, but he manages Justin Bieber. So he was actually managing Justin Bieber.
Scooter Braun.
Yeah. He's actually managing Justin Bieber, Asher Ross at the same time, like had to living in the same house.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So he's like literally like he's like, man, I
This
wouldn't.
is like when they first.
Yeah, so
like
this is
when
like
Bieber-
when he. So he's the one who actually discovered Justin Bieber.
This is when Asher
Yeah.
Roth was popping and Justin Bieber wasn't yet.
Wasn't
really
yeah,
just
exactly. So it was
coming
Asher
around.
Roth was the one who was paying the bills.
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, but he was like literally like I went and got Asher Roth from college because he's like I knew he was a dope MC, but he never really wanted to do that. Like he
Okay.
wanted to be a college kid.
Yeah,
So that's why he fell off the way he
yeah.
did. He didn't really fall off. He just
Well,
went
yeah,
back
he
to-
was like,
he
I
did-
don't
never
want to
really
do this. I
wanted
ain't
to
want to
do
be
this
here.
in the
he went
first
back to
place.
his normal life, like
Mhm.
literally, because he was like, yeah, I had a conversation with him, and I apologized to him because I felt bad because Justin Bieber took him. He was like, man, you don't have nothing to apologize for. He's like, I never really wanted that life to begin with. Like,
Yeah.
like it was cool, but like I just wanted to be a college dude. Like that's why I rapped about what I rapped
Yeah.
about. Like I
Right.
only wanted to be that.
I,
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah. So his story's dope, but I mean, because I know that backstory, like Lil Dicky actually makes. That's a better reference because
Okay.
I feel like Lil Dicky is just being Lil Dicky. Like this is what I do. This is who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a goofy white dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I'm a goofy white dude who happens to be able to bar your ass down.
Yeah, because I mean, he do bring it, but that's kind of where I was kind of wondering about the Eminem thing, but Eminem brought it on like a whole nother, like it's just ridiculous.
I mean, I definitely say they have like early sediments of each other. Cause when Eminem came out, he was the goofy but he was like he had like a way darker undertone.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
Because his stuff was quirky and whatever, but it was so much
It was
more
violent and shit.
Discovery ID.
He trying to fucking kill it, sink it.
I think this dude might be serious. I don't think he's joking about this shit.
He was like the Columbine, like
Yeah.
he made
Right,
like, trying to murder
right.
all the rappers in that game, like, literally. And I don't mean lyrically.
Like on some Dexter's.
He
Right.
may show up to the award show with a machine gun and kill everybody.
He the type of motherfucker. He'll say some outlandish shit and then laugh, but even the laugh is fucking devilish.
He
Like,
might really,
wait a minute, I think that was a sarcastic laugh. I don't.
like the character he played in the Wash.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That was
I don't feel like Lil Dicky is that.
I can
Right,
see
he like
that.
an innocent motherfucker. But you see him in pictures. He fucking got cut off shorts on and flip flops and shit. You like, I think that's how this motherfucker really is.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he be rapping
that
his
was-
ass off, though.
We talked about Freaky Friday a long ass time ago,
We
but
did.
for whatever reason,
And it's
still
still
Yeah,
here.
it's still around.
that record is. I literally I'm not gonna lie. Real DJ shit. You know how some records you are just try to avoid ever getting to.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely me because right before we started this podcast, I finally downloaded the damn song.
Fuck, guess I fucking get it. Ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it's not going. Some records I literally try to avoid. Like, bruh, I'm not.
Try to
I
wait it
feel like
out.
I'm never gonna play this record.
Yeah,
and even if you do
yeah.
ask me, I'm bullshit my way around. Like, all right, cool, I'll play it when I get to it.
Right.
And just get through the night never playing it. But this is one of them records that's just sticking around. It's not going nowhere.
No.
So I just went ahead and finally downloaded it. I mean, I don't say this to say I hate the record. I like the record. I just feel like it's super cheesy and corny.
Shit is catchy as fuck though, man.
Exactly,
Can't get away
and that's
from
what it is though. Because I don't like, and I say that to say because I'm not trying to put the record down. Like, the record is cheesy. If you're a real motherfucker, you know the record is fucking corny as shit and cheesy.
Yeah.
But it's catchy and it's
Yeah.
it's a great record. But I'm like, yo, I never want to play this because I feel like a cornball playing it. But then when you play it and everybody starts singing it, it's like, okay.
I mean, they accepting the corniness.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
accept it in its corniness, in all of its corniness.
Right.
So we're gonna end off with this topic since it is Memorial Day weekend, man. From both ends, tourists, artists, DJs, man, how do you maneuver through Memorial Day weekend? Honestly, I know we kind of touched on it. Obviously, it's one of the bigger weekends. It's definitely for sure 4 to 5 days of events. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But yeah. So 4 to 5 days of events usually.
I know for me, I'd try to book as many goddamn gigs as possible. And I'll complain the whole weekend about how tired I am. But when June 1st come, I'm happy to pay my rent.
Like,
Here you go, sir. Made it all this weekend. Now I didn't have to wait till the 3rd to pay you this month.
I don't know. I just think Memorial Weekend is like the wrong time to be trying to ask for the hookup. Like, people
Oh, well, that definitely.
should know, like, yo, this ain't the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, come with your plan and come with your A game. If you gonna come, or just
Wait till
miss
next
it.
week.
You know, yeah, next
Or
week.
find your lane. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That too.
Because I mean, you definitely hit on a great point. People come here with the wrong intentions or the wrong like. You don't know how many times I got hit up for guest list about like, bro, ain't no guest list.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't
Like,
no
you
guest
talk-
list.
You talking about guest list? You must be talking about some early day stuff. The pool
Bruh.
parties, absolutely. Like that's where you want to be. If
And
you're
you
talking about guest
barely
list.
getting
exactly.
that.
But you talking about nighttime events when you got motherfuckers like the Migos and the Gucci Mans and the
Yeah.
YGs, bro. Ain't no guest list.
Anybody's in fucking
There ain't no
town right
guest
now.
list.
None.
Have money or don't, or
Yeah.
just don't go.
yeah. Vegas is the wrong place to be Memorial Day weekend. You on a budget.
Yeah.
Cause your ass gonna be roaming around the casino all weekend.
Come next week and see the Stegos. Like it's gonna be way, that's way more most people's lane. Like I just don't get why people come out here, even like all the hop Memorial Day weekend spots, and just like really think like the hookup lane is gonna work for you that weekend. Like
Or you know the question that I hate getting. Hey, what's gonna be popping?
Everything.
Yeah.
You need to do that research yourself.
Right.
This is not one of them weekends where you should be asking that question.
like everything, literally everything
If you're-
popped this weekend.
Literally type in Vegas Memorial Day weekend and you'll get a ton of stuff. Or go on damn Eventbrite and you'll see a ton of stuff.
Right.
Or if you're in Vegas, step your ass outside and look up.
Yeah.
Look at the billboard.
You're gonna see
son.
billboards everywhere with
Everywhere.
everybody on them.
Yes.
Like, don't ask me what's popping.
Right. Right.
Because that's literally my answer to everything. Everything is popping. Can you be a little bit more specific?
Yes.
I get that. Yo, where you staying at? I'm staying such and such. Club there's popping. Just go there. You ain't even gotta worry about leaving. You can be fucked up and just walk back to your
For
room.
real, like it's literally you literally falling over like popping ass people. Like it's just people everywhere. So why do people need to like try to get the inside on something or the hookup? Like come with it this weekend or just fall back. Like you can still get great value in Vegas the week after Memorial Day weekend. Like you don't
Any
got
weekend in Vegas, really.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think they like obviously they here because they want to be a part of the Memorial Day experience, right?
Uh-huh.
But I mean, if you ain't got money like that, you just like you could be around on the strip and doing shit that people do during the day.
and it still is almost as fun.
Yeah,
you know
like
what
it's
I'm saying?
still cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's still a cool experience, but like, fam, you're not finna be getting into the nightclub on
I'm
the
not
guest
finna
list
get you in, no.
on any day leading up to Memorial Day weekend, like starting Tuesday.
Yeah.
This shit ain't gonna happen. Charging full everybody, women too.
Everybody get this work.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. If you're a female, you better get with them ball players or
Yeah. So
They out here too.
Yeah, yeah, because
So,
they out here too. That's for sure.
step your weight up because the usually popping chicks like they not popping this weekend.
yeah, Fashion Nova's not gonna cut it.
No.
Better come with them red bottoms or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
And
You'd
real
be
ones
surprised.
at that.
You'd
Don't
be
just paint
surprised
Yeah,
though.
you definitely be surprised. But that's what I'm saying though. Like, don't hit up the DJs asking what's popping and to get like, nah,
Like everything.
you better put that cleavage to work. You,
Yeah,
you
well, yeah,
better go get
yeah.
it somewhere else.
Seriously.
Like, yeah, that's the only way you're getting on a guest list.
You gonna be a guest star, right? Time to earn your keep. Did I just say that?
I mean, and then definitely,
Me too.
Right,
Say it.
right.
definitely a great another tip is, like I said, I mean, definitely like look into it. I mean, this is all across the board, whether you're enjoying the weekend, you're working the weekend, you're getting paid for the weekend. Like, you definitely want to know what the lay of the land is, basically. So, know what's popping. Obviously, I mean, everywhere is different, but obviously Vegas is pool party driven and
Yeah,
nightclub
it's the
driven.
creme de la creme.
Exactly. So I mean, you definitely want to plan out your trip ahead of time.
And
Like
if
I
all
said, so-
else fails, just go to Fat Tuesdays, bro. Like,
absolutely.
Hey,
Bang for
Fat
your buck.
Tuesday was popping.
yeah.
I mean,
Bang
that's to
for
be
your buck.
expected. We were there until 1 something. They supposed to close at 1, I think. Maybe they closed at 2. But I think they closed at 1. And
Well,
the
depending on which
line, well, the usual one. The line was fucking damn near by Chipotle at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it was just, I think it was just RJ there. I
Wow.
was like, oh, fam. Yeah, he about to be here for a while. He about to clock some OT for sure.
Yeah. Damn.
But I mean, yeah, even doing something as simple as that, like you could go catch a vibe somewhere that you ain't got to spend $100 to get in the club, and it's still cool, and motherfuckers still acting crazy and
Having a good time.
yeah,
bro.
and doing whatever. There's shit like that everywhere throughout the city.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what I say. I mean, just know what you trying to do. Especially if you coming here from somewhere else. Like, man, do your homework first. Like, that don't even make sense to me. You booked your trip to Vegas, whether you drove or you flew, not knowing nothing else.
Nothing
except
at
for
all.
I'm coming to Vegas.
Right. Memorial Day weekend, we in there.
We
Figure it out. Yeah, we figure it out when we get there.
Yeah, like what are you doing with your especially if you broke. If you got money, okay, cool. By all means, come out here and figure it out when you get here. You got the money. You got it.
Yeah, right, right.
But if you ain't got it, you probably should have put a little bit more thought and effort into this weekend.
Yeah, for real. Your options are very limited.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I mean, it's definitely, and then the thing why I say do your homework, I mean, because there's definitely other stuff going around in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like my event, the Daytona was off the strip. Like I said, they had the bikini pool bottom shit. That was off the strip. D-Money, the Classic Jewel,
Yeah,
that was
ladies'
downtown
night.
ladies' night. I still did trap karaoke.
The Beauty and the Beats is off the strip tonight. Like,
yeah.
it's so much stuff you can get into out here. Well, like you can really get value for your buck. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, if you asking a DJ what's popping, you better be asking about my goddamn event too.
That too.
I'm not trying to send you nowhere else.
Yeah,
Like,
we're going to tell you all my events.
What's popping for this weekend?
Go look
Well,
at
you
my
know,
Instagram.
They be like, well, what about Club such and such? Never heard of it.
Yep. Don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what that is.
That's right.
Like, yeah, so you definitely don't. I mean, yeah, I mean, you kind of want to do your own research anyways, because depending on who you asking a DJ, you asking a promoter, they're only gonna try
About
to
their
gear
own
you
shit.
towards what they're doing.
Right,
Anyways. Like, I need to make my money. I ain't worried about nobody
through.
else's
It's
money.
the popping this event anyway. If you ask me.
Right. It's gonna be popping. Absolutely. I hope so.
Yeah, right.
No popping if you show up.
That's why I'm trying to get you to come.
Hell yeah. Got a lot riding on this, man.
Definitely, a couple other pointers. Plan to get no sleep. Drink lots of water because there's a lot of alcohol involved.
Be careful day drinking.
Be careful, day drinking.
Hey, yes, please. Y'all motherfuckers come from out of town. And you know what? Can't even front because whenever we go to Cali, we be fucked up early.
easy,
And I don't
yeah.
even know how.
Early.
It's something about drinking out of
town.
town that throws your whole equilibrium off. But yeah, it be a whole lot of motherfuckers out here tapped out by 4 p.m. Like, damn, fam, you fucked off your whole everything.
How do you even get that drunk, bro?
You be in a car singing Cash Money.
Yeah.
Right, hanging out the window, driving to who knows where.
Well, we gonna get there. Oh man, shoot, we can call it, huh?
Fucking good times.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but definitely pace yourself. Please, because the days are very long.
There's plenty of stuff to do.
And the nights are
right,
longer.
Right, right. And, the
And they
shit,
kind of start running into
yeah, I was going to say, the shit overlaps.
Yes.
Yeah.
So definitely, I mean, if you're drinking alcohol, drink lots of water with it. You're gonna need it, believe me.
Hell yeah.
I'm not even talking about to sober up or feel like you're sobering up, but just to keep yourself hydrated and from crashing.
Yeah,
you
hell
definitely gonna
yeah.
need to hydrate. Have your walking shoes, because I mean, you definitely don't want to be driving in this traffic. You better off walking.
The strip was.
Even
strip was crazy.
Ubering is like rough on weekends like this.
For
Like,
real. And you gonna get that surcharge too.
you
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
get that surge charge for sure. Save it for the end of the night when you leaving.
Yeah,
Right.
If you bouncing around, you probably want to walk it.
Yeah,
You
hell
probably
yeah.
want to walk it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or figure out. D-Money got the tram lines to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Hey, for real spit.
This tram will take you to this hotel and this hotel, which is close to the hotel you're trying to get to.
Serious. Definitely work it out, boy.
That's
And-
some
but
veteran shit right there.
Hell yeah.
Man, I don't even know how to do that shit.
Yo,
Never
it,
took
wo-
the train.
it works, son.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And the parking is free. So, but like DJ wise, like KP said, man, this is the weekend you definitely want to load up. You can, like, if it's a weekend you ever want to push through, it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah,
'cause
hell yeah.
it's usually worth it
Man,
afterward.
and don't lock yourself into one event.
Yeah.
Not on a weekend like this.
Nah, hell yeah. I overlapped all types of shit. I was running late all day yesterday.
I usually don't tell people to make false promises. But this is one of the weekends you do that. Oh, can you do this event? Yeah, I'll definitely make it work. You gonna be here on time? Absolutely.
We're gonna get there.
Hey, where you at? Hey, I'm running like 30 minutes behind. I promise you I'm on the way.
I'm on the way, though.
He said, still DJing and shit.
Put your hands in the air.
Trying to see how many.
What is that shit in the
The
background?
song got left.
Man,
This is definitely gonna be my last
They
song.
jamming on the radio. Y'all don't even, but you don't even got this station. It's an app. But I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you, you definitely want to overlap events for sure.
For real.
Hell yeah.
Get it while it's good.
I didn't
Make
turn
it
down a
work.
single event. Yeah, can you? Yep. I'll be in that thing for sure.
Yeah, believe me, I gotta ask a question a whole lot. You sure you gonna be able to make it? Yes.
I'll be there.
I will be there.
Right. I need all the money.
Don't worry. Wait till tomorrow. We'll figure out this barbecue and the radio at the same
Yeah,
time.
you gonna cash app that deposit or what?
Facts.
That's really gonna determine if I'm gonna be there or not.
Facts.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, get all the money you can and take all the events you can take.
For real.
Well, we gonna end it on that note, man. I hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend.
Nice. Please be safe. Shout out, salute to all our military. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all service.
Real talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Hey, give
hell
them
yeah.
where they could get all the stuff at, KP.
Yo, iTunes for all my Apple people. If you're on Android, Google Play Music. If you want to watch the visuals, YouTube. On any platform, you could check us in on TuneIn. I guess I never mentioned it before. I probably didn't. But with the dope thing about TuneIn and the reason why we are on TuneIn, even though we're on iTunes, on Google Play, is because the Amazon Echo has a TuneIn app. So if you want to listen to the podcast and you got like an Amazon Echo or something, you can just download the TuneIn app and just be like, yo, Rockstar DJs for the record. And then you can listen to our podcast that way. But however you listen, make sure you subscribe. If you want to leave comments and join in on the conversation, hit us on the YouTube so you can leave the comments there. But lock in with your boys, man. We
And
here
share
every
it
week.
for us too. You know, we trying to blow
spread
up.
the word, man.
Oh, yeah, tell a friend, tell a friend. Yeah, we're trying to blow up.
Tell a friend to tell 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying. But yeah, definitely up out of this thing. For the record, Mizzy the Rockstar DJ.
Rockstar DJ Hugh Holler.
Rockstar DJ K
The
Player.
Rockstar DJ.
Yep. That shit's getting edited. I ain't fucking around with you no more. You know, your name ain't gonna be in the shit.
Peace.